again, good afternoon. And this afternoon, we're going to tackle about the literature review of The Old Man and the Sea. So, The Old Man and the Sea is a novella written by American author Ernest Hemingway and published in 1952. The story follows Santiago, an old Cuban fisherman who has experienced a long period without catching a fish. Despite these difficulties, he remains determined and ventures far into the sea, where he catches a giant marlin. His struggle to bring the fish home becomes a powerful representation of human perseverance, courage, dignity, and ability to overcome adversity. Hemingway's work has received a considerable attention because of its simple writing style and deeper symbolic meaning. Although the story is relatively short and focuses on only a few characters, it explores universal themes and concerning human strength, failures, success, and the relationship between human and nature. So one of the theme of the story is perseverance. So one of the most important themes in The Old Man and the Sea is perseverance. Santiago continues fishing even after experiencing 84 days without catching a fish. His decision to return to the sea demonstrates his determination despite repeated failure. His struggle with the marlin further emphasizes his willingness to endure physical pain and exhaustion. So the story suggests that success is not always measured by the final result. So Santiago loses much of the marlin to the sharks, but he does not consider himself defeated because he fought with courage and determination. His experience demonstrates that perseverance allows individuals to maintain their dignity even when circumstances are unfavorable. And the second theme of the story, which is the human dignity. Another major theme is human dignity. Santiago experiences poverty, loneliness, physical weakness, and failure, yet he refuses to surrender his sense of pride. His struggle with the marlin becomes more than a fishing expedition, it becomes a test of his character. Hemingway presents Santiago as a person who understands that human beings may experience defeat without necessarily being defeated in spirit. His famous statement, "A man can be destroyed but not defeated," expresses the central idea that physical loss does not necessarily mean spiritual or personal failure. And then the next theme is the man and the nature. The relationship between human beings and the nature is also as central to the novella. Santiago respects the sea, the marlin, and the other creatures around him. He does not simply see the marlin as an object to be captured. Instead, he admires its strengths and considers it as a worthy opponent. The struggle between Santiago and the marlin illustrates both conflict and respect. Nature is presented as beautiful but also unpredictable and powerful. Through Santiago's experience, Hemingway shows that the human cannot completely control nature and must instead recognize and respect its power. And then let's proceed to the symbolism. So the several elements in the story function as symbols. The marlin can represent Santiago's greatest challenge and his pursuit of personal achievement. Its enormous size and length the reflect the difficulty of the challenges, and the sea may symbolize itself as a life. Okay. And it provides Santiago with his livelihood, but also presents uncertainty and danger. So let's proceed to the next, which is the lions. The lions that Santiago dreams about can symbolize youth, strength, hope, and vitality. Although Santiago is physically old and exhausted, but his dreams of lions suggest that his inner strength and spirit remain alive. And then, let's proceed to Santiago and Manolin. So the relationship between Santiago and Manolin provides an important emotional dimension to the story. Manolin is a young boy who respects and cares for Santiago. Although Santiago is poor and unsuccessful in the eyes of others, Manolin continued to believe in him. Their relationship demonstrates the importance of friendship, loyalty, respect, and mentorship. Manolin's support also suggests that Santiago's worth cannot be measured only by his material success. The boy recognized the wisdom and strength that Santiago possesses. And now let's proceed to the Hemingway's writing style. Hemingway is well known for his simple, direct, and economical writing style, often associated with his iceberg theory. In this approach, the author presents relatively simple surface details while leaving deeper meanings for readers to discover. In The Old Man and the Sea, Hemingway uses straightforward language to describe fishing, the sea, physical pain, and Santiago's thought. Beneath beneath that simple narrative, however, are complex ideas about courage, suffering, aging, achievement, and human existence. This contrast between simple language and profound meaning is one reason the novella continues to receive literary attention. So one of the literary interpretations of The Old Man and the Sea often focus on Santiago as an example of the Hemingway's hero, sometimes described as a character who faces a hardship with courage, self-control, endurance, and dignity. Santiago's struggle does not end in conventional victory because the Marlin is largely destroyed before he reaches the shore. Nevertheless, his willingness to continue fighting gives his experience a sense of moral victory. The novella can therefore be interpreted as a story in which a process of struggling is more important than the material result. Santiago's journey demonstrates that courage is shown not by avoiding failure but by continuing to act despite possibility of failure. And now let's proceed to the conclusion. So The Old Man and the Sea, it is an important literary work because of its exploration of universal human experiences. Through Santiago's struggle with the marlin and the sea, Hemingway presents themes of perseverance, dignity, courage, friendship, aging, and the relationship between humanity and nature. This story demonstrates that people may experience physical loss or failure while still maintaining their dignity and inner strength. Ultimately, the novella suggests that the value of a person's life cannot be measured solely by the material achievement. Santiago's greatest victory is his ability to face suffering and adversity without surrendering his courage. And for this reason, The Old Man and the Sea continues to be relevant to the stories to the readers who encounter their own struggles and the challenges. I hope you have um, understand and enjoy listening while I am sharing with you the literature review of The Old Man and the Sea. I know that this story is just a short novel, but this story can give you a meaningful and a lesson that will keep in your mind. I know this story is just all about the old man and the sea, but it makes you realize that despite of all the challenge despite of all the challenges you are facing right now, well, an achievement is an achievement is waiting for you. So never give up and have a determination in everything. I know if there's a dark, there's a light. There's a light. And thank you for watching and listening. And once again, good afternoon.